bread on me. Bet on my bacon, big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Have a roof all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'm gonna need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first down throw for Prescott. Buying time and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Alex Okafor in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Prescott from the gun. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Get out.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Go. Get out there.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here you go. 46.
On 2nd down, Elliott down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here you go.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to let it go deep for the end. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. They worked out for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Gets through, and now an opening. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down. First down, Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Looking to throw. Prescott, incomplete. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Here's Prescott. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And now he'll tuck it and run. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Bailey now for the extra point. And they got the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
We got three, fellas. Everyone, 4-8. 56.
First down carry by Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Everyone, count.
2nd down, Prescott. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
We go 47, 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The left side completion to Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now back to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Detroit!
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Let's go, get out, get out.
Prescott now on second down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Looking long for time. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
No. Check. Patriot.
They go play action here on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. His carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Leopard!
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will get them one closer. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And some space here. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
46. Switch.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Gone!
They'll set up to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And this will be taken at the 13. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A give. This is Kamara. And shoving his way inside the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 33 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Detroit! Over!
On play action, they'll throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Saints on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Gun! Detroit! Over!
They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. A second down throw for Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Elliott. Gets around him. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott to throw it. Dancing to his left. Steps away to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Left side, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll look to throw again. And that one his first incompletion in its last 6 passes. And it's 3rd down. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. The Saints on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And Lutz's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll give to Elliott. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go, 46. 56, 26, 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, he stays up. He can run for it, and he will. And able to break break, one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
He'll look to set up his blockers. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that's caught inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They go to Elliott again. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, Elliott. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.